Chicago Bears won a football game over the dreaded Green Bay Packers 24-22 with a walk-off Cairo Santos 51-yard field goal. This is the first time they have beaten them in 11 tries. Last time they beat them was the NFC North Championship game in the 2018 season when the Bears finished all 12-4. That game I called the gift and the curse because it was a gift because you won a division, beat the Packers, but also a curse because Eddie Jackson got hurt on that game-ending interception of Aaron Rodgers, and you just see the nigga again for the rest of the year. This is the first time the Bears have beaten the Packers at Lambeau Field in 10 years. Last time was Thanksgiving 2015 with Jake Cutler threw 2 touchdowns, and of course, can't forget about Tracy Porter's game still interception over the Green Bay Packers. That was a long ass time ago, my nigga. That was 10 years ago. I was 26 when it happened. I am 36, bro. It was a long time. So, Caleb Williams, 21-29. A lot of them were vertical. Them vertical passes really boosted up his completion percentage, but that's a whole nother conversation. 148 yards, 1 touchdown to DJ Moore. He finished with 20 touchdowns on the season. Keenan Allen threw the ball 1 time, got interception. DJ Moore had a touchdown. He still had over 1,000 yards in the season. They turned this nigga into a running back. And the defense played well. They got a good special teams. Touchdown by Josh Blackwell. Kevin Byard forced a fumble. Jalen Johnson forced a fumble. So real good game for them. And they also did some damage to the Packers and their little playoff hopes, man. They're gonna have to go to Philadelphia this week for the Super Wild Card game. And I'm pretty sure Jordan Love is gonna play, but that nigga is definitely hurt. And they lost Christian Watson for the rest of the year. He tore his ACL. So big thing for them. I think, man, straight up and down about this. I saw some people out there getting upset about draft positioning. I'll be real. I don't care about that. I don't care about that because it's the Packers. And I understand this rivalry only matters to Bears fans, Packer fans, Bears players, and Packer players. Nobody outside of those parties gives a fuck. If you're a regular NFL fan, why would you care about Bears, Packers? The Packers been beating up on the Bears ever since Reagan got out of office. Like, honestly, so this is not nothing where it's been an actual stand. You had that little 2 years where Lovey was beating the Packers during Favre's last couple years, but outside of that, it's been the same thing. So you don't really care about that rivalry, but we still care. And there was a point in the game where I was like, I think when Bears were up like a couple points, and it was like 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and I was like, now I want this game, which means I'm not going to get it. And that's exactly when DJ Moore fumbled the football. And they went down field goal. I'm like, this is just how it happened. Like, we're never going to beat them. It doesn't matter who's a quarterback. They own us. And made the field goal. Caleb Williams came down, did what he did. And when that field goal went in for Cairo Santos, number one, I felt good for Cairo with his kick being blocked and everything, for him to get that redemption arc. And I felt good for Caleb because Caleb has done this 5 times this year. He's just been robbed of the actual game-winning drive because of dumb stuff that has happened either by coaching, defensively, or whatever. So I feel like that's good for him. He's now undefeated in Lambeau. First trip in Lambeau, doing something that Mitch couldn't do, something that Justin couldn't do. I think that's something to build on. And just for the players, too. I know fans, media, we get upset about all these losses. Nobody gets more upset than the players. They're the one out there busting their ass, spend all these time in training and practice and recovery. They're the ones out there playing. So I felt good for the players too to just get that monkey off the bat. It's the first time Jalen Johnson's ever beat the Packers. You know what I'm saying? Like him giving the middle finger to him. He's been one of the most vocal people. You don't ever see DJ show that much emotion. He told Mark Brody, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? I like to see that kind of stuff, man. So to me, it's a good win. I don't know if, I know Caleb said this is first and many this year. I'm not doing that this offseason. I'm not. They have gained no, and I feel like I'm a glass half full person. I will not be doing that with the Bears this year. They have to prove it to me. Even if they get Ben Johnson, who I want to be the next head coach, only the Bears could ruin them because they're the Bears. That's the kind of mentality I'm gonna have until I actually see at least half a season next year. But I enjoyed it, liked what I saw, and I thought it was a good way to start Yeah, Bang, what'd you feel about the win yesterday? I know you said yesterday in the chat that you couldn't even put together an emotion
Nah, I couldn't.
to feel after.
I saw something on social. Remember that what's that? Angels in the outfield.
Yeah.
When Danny Glover was like, we won.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we won. My son was right by my desk where I currently am right now. My son was by my desk. He was praying. And I was like, man, get your ass up. Like, he's like, what? He's like, what you praying for? Man, I hope the Bears win. I'm like, man, I ain't about to win this shit. Like, I really feel bad because I basically told my son, get the fuck up, fam. Ain't nobody got time for this shit. Bears ain't winning nothing. This was after the fumble and shit, and they got the ball back. And I really was telling my son, like, don't have no hope in these niggas. And then they got it, and I was like, wait a minute. They won? Wow. And even now, it don't feel like the Bears won that game. Like, they won it. I'm not saying that it was like by accident or something. It just don't fit. And with everything that's happened this year, it felt like to me that I was not supposed to get any gratification, no joy, no love. It felt like they were supposed to end this shit on a 12-game losing streak, and we supposed to basically just be down in the dumps. I don't feel like we deserve the happiness of the Bears defeating the Packers, but it happened. And I feel bad that I felt that way. But we won. Caleb is undefeated in 2025. He's undefeated against the Green Bay Packers in 2025. And is this one of those things going into the postseason that you feel like is going to give us optimism? That's probably the other reason why I'm like, because now you win this game against the Packers. Now you're feeling good. Now you see the list of coaches. You see Ben Johnson there. So it's like now this sets you up to be happy to possibly not getting the bike from your daddy during Christmas.
Mikey, what's your thoughts on the dub last night?
My first thought was fuck because I took the Packers like -6.5 in one of my parlays.
Oh, you did?
So
I took that 9.
Yeah, as I'm sitting there looking at my ticket, yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Oh my God. What is it? But as I'm sitting there looking at it, I'm watching the game there. Then I got Red Zone on the other TV, and they were Octobox with the Commanders game, the Falcons game, all games that I really had on my ticket. And I was sitting there kind of sweating, and I'm like, man, fuck. But, then seeing them get the ball back, seeing Caleb go ahead and move down the field, got gifted. Not gifted. It was a horse collar penalty, but, the play didn't look good from the start. So fortunately, they got the horse collar there, 15-yard penalty, and they were able to move the ball, a couple big throws to Rome, and then the throw to DJ to get in the field goal range. So for me, I was just more happy for the younger guys, the younger Bears that will be here going forward, the Kyler Gordons, the Roma Dunzes, Jalen Johnson, first time ever beating, the Packers, and Caleb Williams. It felt like, when you get to that free throw line, you finally want to see it go in because Caleb has gotten, the Bears and this offense to the free throw line about 5 times this season with, within seconds and within the positive yardage to go ahead and win games, and they just found ways to botch it. So, 11-game losing streak, facing your rivals on the road. I don't care that Jordan Love was hurt. I don't care that Josh Jacobs didn't play. It was just good to see the younger guys that are going to be here next year, to see them get a win. And it was still a very hostile environment. Go back and rewatch that last minute. It was loud. Packers fans were hyped. They were thinking, that they were going to have a better, playoff matchup and not having to go ahead and face, the Philadelphia Eagles. And, the Bears found a way to do it. So for me, that's really all I took away from it. Offensively, it was an ugly game. Defensively, it was kind of, what we were expecting to see more of from this defense. Be stingy, get some takeaways. and stuff like that. But for me, it was just really all about the confidence for the QB. And you know, and seeing him build a rapport with DJ kind of, you know, the last game of the season, they were able to do some positive things. I thought that was key.
So cool.
Triple double hat trick, I know the code too. Ice trade, go for trade, yeah, we cold too. Getting paper on these player haters, old news. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not